today's little task is to finally get this sorted with the annex. Now this is the annex of my old man's Franklin, and it fits perfectly. You can see from the sides here, where it ends here, it actually aligns with the pre-existing clips. And it's the same on this side. Okay, coming down here. So what we've done is we've set this up now just to confirm that it will fit. It's certainly a lot better than the other one. I've got the poles set up just temporarily like this. And what we're about to do is we're about to buy some of this railing. Okay, now this railing here again is off my old man's Franklin. He's not using an annex because it's too big and heavy for him. He's going to go with a roll-out type. And so what we're going to do is we're going to purchase new ones. And as you can see, it'll just fit there. And we've got the same for the back. So that's today's project. Right, here's the walls. And this is what I was saying about it being repaired earlier on. So you can see it's had quite a bit of canvas rot in the past. And that's been repaired. Done quite a good job. Only issue is that there's still all of this left here, which I might actually cut off. You can see it's just tearing off like that anyway. So yeah, a little bit of TLC as I said. The rest of it looks pretty good. It's just a matter of cleaning her up. So obviously the first thing we need to do is to remove these. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to drill the channel so that it matches these existing holes, because I don't want to drill more holes in the cladding. Try to avoid all that stuff. So it's just an easy matter for me to actually just unscrew those. No big deal. Just unscrew those, take them out, and then when I've taken them all out, then I can measure it and mark the channel. Alright, so I bought some more channel, and I've already cut this one to length. And as I said, I'm trying to see whether or not I can use the original holes to line this up. We'll see how we go. It's a bit of a gamble, but she'll sit nicely there, I think. Here's rail number one done, the front one. So I've pop riveted in place. I'll put some Sikaflex in there to make sure that water doesn't get in between the holes. Clean that one up. Right at the top, so I had to make a couple more holes, but I was able to reuse all the ones there, which was probably more fluke than anything else. And the top one there I had to cover up. So now I've got this one here, and this one here I've just cut it to length, and I've used a screwdriver to flare the edges out. You can see there, and I've done that on both sides. However, the back here is not as straightforward as the front. These pre-existing holes here are all over the place. They're actually not in a line. And secondly, for me to line it up nicely to the end of the canvas here, I have to bring it in closer. So these holes are too far out. So I'm going to have to bring it in about here. Means I'm going to drill right through all new holes again. You know, it doesn't matter. That's what happens every so often. I'll try to minimize it, but that's the way it is. So that'll sit something like about there. If I can keep it still. Yeah, you see all the holes? They're way out. So I'll just do that now. And of course, in terms of the direction, both of these are facing out. So the canvas actually comes out as opposed to facing it inwards. And that'll go right down to the bottom there and still leave me a bit of a gap up there to be able to fold the wall in. So I'll start with the drilling, measuring up and drilling. Oh, so I finished the back, pop riveted them in. In this occasion I used the high point on the cladding to pop rivet those in. And there we go. I've used the measurement between the window frame and the rail, and also between the door frame and the rail to get as close as I can. Obviously, not surprising it ain't square, but it's probably as true as it's going to be, I think. So now, when I'm putting this in, it's going to be hard to do with one hand. I just slide it in through there and it'll sit nicely as such. And then of course the bottom ones, or the walls of the annex, actually slide up from under here and join up. So happy with the results. Probably would have been happy if it wasn't white and it was just bare aluminium, but anyway, it'll do. So this is an example of how it's sitting on this end here. And from the outside, it's sitting like that. So there we have it. As we saw before, this needs some work. I've already trimmed out the rotten pieces, but I noticed that some of these zippers need to be done up, or redone I should say, with new zips. And of course I'm going to give it the canvas protector on it. See how that goes. And of course there's always little things like little holes there, and it's a good clean up. There is actually nothing to hook the walls. See, these are the hooks. There's nothing to hook those onto here. Of course for the front we've got the supporting rails. That's where they hook on. So I'm going to have to do something for the sides here. But anyway, and what I'm doing in the center here, I'm not having the rails that come from the cladding, from the roof. You can see there the old holes here. It's been ripped out plenty of times in its life, no doubt, with strong winds. So what I've decided to do is put a rail in the middle and then put a supporting rod here, and then that'll kind of, I mean, obviously the way I've got it set up at the moment, it's not taut at all. I haven't tightened these ropes. You can see I don't have the ropes for all of them, but once it's nice and done up, it'll sit right. So anyway, that's the end of this video. If you've got any comments or questions or whatever, let me know. I'm not an expert in doing this. This is just my thing of giving it a go, and hopefully I've got it right. And I've covered all the previous holes, and of course I'm going to have to tidy that up somehow because that looks pretty bad. Alright, as always, thanks for watching.